These two are both so comfortable in bed. Like, I can use my gingerbread to like lay back on. But if you guys have never slept with like tentacles on you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome into my bed. I literally was deciding if I was gonna film today because I'm just having a day. I need to be in bed today. Chronic illness things, I feel like I live in my bed a lot of the time, so we're gonna just film in here today. So don't mind my appearance either. I'm in my pajamas. I literally live in my pajamas about 98% of the time. If I don't have to be in normal clothing, I'm not. So you guys are getting the raw and real me. And on that note, I feel like it's gonna be a frequent occurrence that I'm gonna be filming in my bedroom. You may see these in other videos. So let's just get some introductions out of the way. I have these two. I have a crazy collection of stuffies. It's something since my childhood that I've always just held on to. But listen, it's not my fault, okay? Listen, these two guys, these were from my mom. So this is a gingerbread, literally like the gingerbread from Shrek. Eat me! And me and my two sisters have the same ones. And then this was also from my mom because I have a very weird, odd obsession with strawberries. Not the fruit, but like anything strawberry-esque. I just fawn over, so she got me a stuffed strawberry. And these two are both so comfortable in bed. Like, I can use my gingerbread to like lay back on, and same with my strawberry. She's just like the perfect size to lay on. So I have these two in my bed at all times. And then, okay, again, not my fault. This was a gift from my sister. Yeah, this is Rainbow. She's my octopus. And I think she's an octopus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold on. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah, she's an octopus. I usually call her a squid, but she's an octopus. But if you guys have never slept with like tentacles on you, that sounded really weird. She's very comfortable to sleep with. Her head's like the perfect size, and okay. And then last but not least, again, okay, I was coerced into this one, okay? See, me and my family, we have issues. I don't know what it is. Me and my siblings, specifically with stuffies. I was coerced by my sister to get this. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. It's my Skittles pillow. And yeah, so this is like an actual Skittles packet, and it has little squishy Skittles inside. Hold on, I will open it for you guys because you need to see this. And my sister, my older sister, has a Sour Patch Kids one, and then my younger sister has a Reese's Pieces one. So we all have, see, look. And then mine are glittery. You can't probably see, but they're glittery. So yeah, they're like special because I love anything sparkly or glittery, anything like that. So doesn't matter how old you are, okay guys, you can always enjoy your stuffed animals, okay? Anyway, let's get into the point of this actual video. So it is time to choose our August TBR. So we're gonna do another TBR trim video and read books off of my physical TBR for August. So let's do a quick recap of July. So for July, I had to read 3 books off of my physical TBR, and these were the 3 books that I had to read. So the first one was It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover, and this was for the fiction prompt. And I did tell you guys that my prompts were really ambiguous. So I know that It Starts With Us is more of a romance book, but because I don't have a lot of romance, like I have a few books on my physical TBR, I just decided to allow myself to pick a romance under fiction because it still is a fiction book. But yeah, so this book was for the fiction prompt, and I did read this book and I ended up rating it 4 stars. I loved it. Just like I loved It Ends With Us, I thought this one was just as good. I thought it was a perfect follow-up. I loved hearing about Lily and Atlas's story. I thought it wrapped up so nicely. Yeah, I think Colleen Hoover touched on the important points about Lily and Ryle's story and kind of tied that up. And yeah, I loved this, and I'm glad that she wrote the second book. I think a lot of people wanted and needed a happy ending for Lily, so that was a 4-star for me. Then I had 1984 by George Orwell under the oldest book on your TBR. So I went through my Goodreads, and 1984 was the oldest book I had sitting on my TBR that I owned. And so I actually just finished this book today, and I'm still processing my thoughts on this book, but I did end up giving it a 4-star. I think right now, again, I'm still processing my thoughts, but I think the message behind the story was extremely impressive and ahead of its time and thought-provoking. I just don't know if I liked how it was presented. I think the story itself lacked a lot. To me, it was just a little bit dull, and I can't articulate exactly what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but I just felt like, I don't know if it was the prose or just the characters. They lacked a lot of depth, which I know they weren't supposed to have a lot of depth in this book. Yeah, there's something about it that just didn't strike me as much as I thought it would. But I did end up giving it 4 stars, and I'm very happy that I did read this one. It's finally off my belt. So that was 1984 by George Orwell, completed. And then the last book was The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and this was under the prompt of a book over 300 pages. This one, you guys, was a 5-star read for me. I loved this book so much. I just think Margaret Atwood is a phenomenal writer, but I think more than that, as a woman, she is a force to be reckoned with, and I think it comes through in this book, specifically in her writing. Her prose is magnificent, and just the message she got across in the really powerful, cutthroat way that she did was just impressive. So this was a 5-star book for me, and which says a lot, because I don't give 5 stars out very easily at all. So I'm very happy that I chose this book and read this book, and I had a great time reading it. So those were the 3 books from July. So now let's go ahead and move on into picking our August TBR. Okay, so I'm back with my handy dandy fishbowl. I did make some updates to this jar. There are purple papers in here, which are the new prompts. I did add some prompts. I left the old ones. I also re-added a couple of ones that were already used. I did add, again, the oldest book on your TBR. So there may be a couple of repeats, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and pick the number of books that we need to read off of our physical TBR for August. Okay, I got a number 1. Let's see what we have. Please don't be 10 though. I'm not ready for 10. 4. Ooh, okay. I can do 4. That's a good number. I didn't want 10 because I just got out of a reading slump, you guys, and I can feel like the slump lifting, but even now I'm still kind of easing back into my normal reading pace. So I didn't want to go straight from coming out of a slump to having to read 10 books. That would be too much. 4 we can do. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pick the prompts for our 4 books. Okay, prompt number 1. Oh, an out of season book. Okay, so it's summer right now. It's just the end of July. So the book that maybe is kind of winter coated, fall coated, something like that. Something I wouldn't typically read in the summer or relate to summertime. So yeah, that's our first prompt, out of season. A second prompt, this one. Oh no, a book that might make you cry. Okay, all right, so that's our second prompt. Third prompt. Oh no. Okay, a nonfiction. All right, nonfiction. Okay, and the fourth and final prompt. Oh, World War II. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go pick my 4 books that fit these prompts, and I will come back and we will see what I chose. Okay guys, we're back. I picked my 4 books. I'm not the happiest with the books this month. But that's okay. I like this challenge because it forces me to read things I probably would just bypass normally. So let's go through the books that I chose. So the first prompt we pulled was out of season. So I chose Dracula by Bram Stoker, and I've talked about this a few times in previous videos, just stating that I've been in such a mood for vampires. So I'm actually really excited about this one, and I had mentioned that I wasn't sure if I was going to wait till like fall Halloween time to read this or if I was going to read it before, but the prompt chose for me. So it looks like I'm going to be reading this in the summertime, in August. So I'm really excited to finish this book. Hopefully this satisfies my like vampire craving. So that was the first book for our first prompt. The second prompt was a nonfiction book, and I went ahead and chose The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. I've been meaning to read this for a while, so I'm actually really excited that I'm going to be able to read this one in August. I've heard fantastic things about this book, nothing but great things actually. We're going to be getting to this one in August. The third prompt we chose was a World War II book. Actually, my World War II collection, I've read all but 2. So this is one of the books that I have not read yet. And it is The Paris Apartment by Kelly Bowen. Like I said, historical fiction is my genre, so I really can never go wrong with a historical fiction or a World War II book. I always enjoy them for the most part. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this one as well. And then the last prompt was a book that might make you cry. And I ended up picking Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. And I'm just going off of the synopsis in this book. I've read a few Kristen Hanna books. I think a couple of them have made me teary. So we'll see about this one. I know this is about like female friendships, so this one might like tug on my heartstrings. So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited to get to this one, and I actually think this one is really good to read in the summertime. Yeah, this was our 4th and final book. That was our 4 books for our Trim the TBR for August. We're gonna get these ones read, and that's another 4 off, so it's very exciting. And I had a great time last month reading those 3 books, so I'm excited to get to these ones. They're maybe not the ones that I would have preferred for the month of August. I wanted some more like summertime books, but it's okay. It still leaves me a lot of wiggle room to read what I want to read, so I can clear off other books as well. And August hopefully will be a better reading month since I'm getting out of my slump. That was it for today's video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you are reading for August, or what you read in July and what you loved. And I wish you guys a happy reading month in August, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.